The Giro del Veneto reborn, relaunched and raced for the first time since 2012. Some of the top teams in the world in attendance, some of the smaller Italian development teams as well. An interesting mix of riders on the start list between Cittadella and Padova. 169 kilometres in total and the rebirth of a huge historical race, first ridden in 1909. Well, from Girardengo to Coppi to the Vlaming, Saronni, Moser and Pozzato, all former winners. One of them, the new organiser, Filippo Pozzato, organising the first of a 5-day festival comprising of 4 very different events. Well, over 80 editions of the Giro del Veneto ridden, and we had 8 riders up the road. 4 remained when we got to the serious part of the racing. Bais, Bevilacqua, Garavaglia, up there with Zurlo. The peloton had been mainly controlled by UAE Emirates and Astana Premier Tech for most of the day. Matteo Trentin again on the start list for the Emirati team. Alexei Lutsenko, winner a few days ago in Lombardy. And the last of the Trittico Lombardo races up there too. Peloton were racing into the final section of a circuit that included the Roccolo climb when the break was caught. Manuele Boara doing a big job, Fabio Felline following him, all trying to set up Alexei Lutsenko. The peloton was becoming smaller and smaller as they got to the last 10 kilometres or so of climbing. And still Astana Premier Tech were making the selection. UAE Emirates still had numbers, and they launched the first real attacks as well. Hirschi had a go, Corvi went as well. Davide Formolo still in the peloton at this point too. The first main selection made towards the top of the Roccolo climb, but a crash on the descent took out Hirschi when he was away with a handful of seconds alongside Lutsenko. 22 kilometres to go and the group again got bigger. A third group then joined on, bringing back some of the faster sprinters, the likes of Trentin, Dainese, Consonni, all back in the game. With 13 kilometres to go, Diego Ulissi attacked. He'd very quickly have some company. Ben Chulet was with him, as was Davide Gaburro. They'd have a handful of seconds and hold it for a while. But a few kilometres down the road, again they'd be caught as the peloton was splitting once more. The parcours flat as a pancake by this point. All of the 1,600 metres of climbing had been done, and they were on their way to Padova. Trentin now away with Restrepo. Also there, Sandro Meureser of the Alpecin Phoenix team. The Belgian team riding their last race of the season. Peter Vakoc and their team saying goodbye to professional cycling. Ben Chulet saying goodbye to the team. He'd be moving to Ineos Grenadiers. But in the last kilometre of the race, Meureser was still in with a shout. They play cat and mouse with each other as Restrepo, the Colombian, was in there leading things out. Trentin on paper the fastest, but really beaten the other day on the way into the finale in Lissone. Trentin again launched the sprint. Once more though, running out of gas, and once again beaten from a small group. Sandro Meureser becoming only the second Belgian to win the Giro del Veneto after the great Roger de Vlaming. The last pedal stroke of the season, making it a 33rd win for Alpecin Phoenix. Trentin again having to settle for second. And from the bunch, Alberto Dainese beating Simone Consonni and Alessandro Covi. Albanese, Restrepo, Pasqualon all in the top 10 as well. Sandro Meureser on fire for Alpecin Phoenix and the winner of the 84th Giro del Veneto. One more race in this region before the end of the season. That comes on Sunday with the brand new Veneto Classic.